about the John Cenas, the Randy Ortons, the Dave Batistas ever since he's been back, which I really don't agree with, because it's been really over-promoted. Where was Dave Batista in the last 4 years? Now all of a sudden he deserves the chance to be champion? I don't really agree with that. I think the Wade Barretts and the Daniel Bryans deserve the opportunities more now, especially with how it's supposed to be about promoting the new talent initiative, and having Randy Orton and John Cena be champion all the time and having the belts circulate and fluctuate between the same 2 or 3 superstars. That is no way to promote the new talent initiative. I especially like what Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are doing for the Wyatt family. They're definitely future tag team champions. If Bray Wyatt isn't a future WWE champion, and if they do win the tag team championships, Bray Wyatt will probably be a co-holder of the title, and they'll probably fall into the same category as the Spirit Squad did a number of years ago, where they simultaneously fluctuate who are the representatives to defend the tag team championships. There is so much that you can do with the Wyatt family, and the response the Wyatt family is getting from the wrestling world is something that is very hard to describe. It is a feeling, a very ominous feeling that they put over the WWE fans. Bray Wyatt slowly but surely gaining control of not just children, but the entire WWE universe. What are my thoughts on Bray Wyatt controlling the minds of young children? That may be going a little bit too far. You know, you're kind of conflicted about this as much as you are when WWE do a religious angle and promote being against religion, and that is a very similar thing when you're dragging children into this, saying that it's okay to worship the devil. Really don't agree with that, especially with how they have the WWE Kids campaign in full throttle now, and the WWE and promoting anti-bullying and things like that. Now they're coming out on television with the message, very direct message, saying it's okay to worship Satan, worship the devil, and everything the devil represents. I think the religious groups are going to be all over WWE for this, just as they were in 2006 with Shawn Michaels versus Vince McMahon, and they tried to tie in the whole religious beliefs of Shawn Michaels. This is a very similar thing, and I think the religious groups, it's only a matter of time, if they haven't already gotten on the backs of WWE for this, before the religious groups jump down our backs on what WWE are doing right now when it comes to Cena and Wyatt. It's certainly one of the most unpredictable feuds in the WWE right now, but it's not one of the most interesting feuds out of everything going on with Kane and Daniel Bryan, Evolution and The Shield, which is a feud that's going to benefit The Shield, definitely, with The Shield dominating week after week after week. No matter who wins the rematch from the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, the rematch of the six-man tag team match, even if it is Evolution, I don't see Evolution going anywhere with this. I don't see Evolution going anywhere at all in 2014. If anything, Dave Batista is going to break away from Evolution, and he'll be WWE World Heavyweight Champion and go on to fight someone like Brock Lesnar, because of the limited amount of superstars that they have for Brock Lesnar to wrestle after the biggest victory in his life and career, in his life really, against The Undertaker. So if anyone benefits from Evolution reuniting, it's going to be Dave Batista more so than Randy Orton or Ric Flair, because Randy Orton and Ric Flair really don't need it. Randy Orton's had his 15 minutes of fame as champion. If anyone needs it, it's Dave Batista right now, because literally he's done fuck all since coming back, and that is one of the biggest disappointments that has come out of 2014 thus far, the fact that Dave Batista has done nothing with his career. I wonder how Dave Batista would be in a feud with the Wyatt family if Dave Batista were the champion and Bray Wyatt were the number one contender. I wonder how that would go. A couple of things interesting going on in WWE, but I have seen better years. One of my favorite years in WWE was 2004, 2005. A lot of people describe that as one of the most uncreative 2 years in WWE, but 2005 was really the catapult for the new talent initiative. That was the year that Dave Batista and John Cena were the breakout stars in the WWE. They were two of my favorite years in WWE creative-wise, and I really loved in the early thousands, 2001, 2002, the invasion angle of WCW and ECW. There were so many better years than 2014, not so much going on now, and that's really frustrating, and I can see where your frustration is coming from, especially from the point of view of a wrestling fan, not taking anything away from radio hosts and columnists who are just as frustrated, but I understand where your frustration lies with this. We're using the graphic of the Wyatt family. There you see them on our YouTube channel at Jonathan Clarke 22, which, by the way, we have another video blog for. It's called Cheap Shots from Jonathan Clarke. We've taken shots at the Wyatt family before. We have hundreds of headlines from professional wrestling and entertainment with thousands of page views. If this video blog isn't enough for you, look for us on Google's Blogger. We want your opinions and comments, so if you haven't subscribed, go to Google's Blogger and get that subscription out of the way and let us know what's on your mind. The Wyatt family is one I want your opinion on this week, so I'm going to open it up to you as an open forum. We're going to use this radio show one more time as an open forum. Let me know what you think. The three Wyatt family members, how do you think they're going to benefit as a tag team when it comes to Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, or Bray Wyatt as a singles competitor? It seemed like they were holding off having Bray Wyatt become a singles competitor and make his debut. Finally, they made him debut last year at SummerSlam. It's been a year now almost since the debut of Bray Wyatt, and he certainly is one of the top 5 most popular WWE superstars. Fan favorite or not, you have to give Bray Wyatt the benefit of the doubt. His win-loss record has very few blemishes in the loss column, and that to me is why he is one of the top 5 must-see superstars of 2014 and a shoo-in to be WWE Champion. If there was any indication that Bray Wyatt is going to be WWE Champion, it's just with how impressive he's been. He's proven a lot in his feud with John Cena. He still has a long way to go, but he certainly has proven a lot, and I think by the halfway point of 2014, which we'll be at by the time Payback rolls around in the middle of June, I think that Bray Wyatt is certainly going to have to solidify his legacy. Certainly will be after solidifying his legacy as one of the top 5 superstars of 2014 and of the modern era. And if this following continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger, only profitable things will come from Bray Wyatt. So my prediction is kind of half and half. Half in the corner of John Cena supporting the C Nation, half in the corner of Bray Wyatt supporting the Wyatt family's version of, some kind of following they're creating. It's very hard for me to pick a winner in this match, but I'll go with Bray Wyatt because really he's the only one I see benefiting in this feud with John Cena. If someone else was going to benefit outside of Bray Wyatt, it would be John Cena to solidify his position as the number 1 contender for the championship, but I don't see John Cena winning the championship in 2014, and the reason for that being is there are a number of factors that is keeping John Cena from being WWE Champion. One of the biggest factors I see is Daniel Bryan, and how popular of a superstar Daniel Bryan is. He's easily got a 7 or 8 month reign as WWE Champion awaiting him. And then you have other popular superstars of the new talent initiative that are coming up through the ranks like Wade Barrett and Bray Wyatt, who is the focus of this week's radio show. So if anyone benefits, it's going to be Bray Wyatt, regardless of what the outcome is. If John Cena wins this last man standing match at Payback, Bray Wyatt's going to be the one who benefits because he's the one who the fans will respect more because of his performance that he will give in that match. And, with how many fans were in the corner of Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, that is just one example of how popular of a superstar Bray Wyatt is. He had over 75,163 fans in his corner, and that says a lot about how far Bray Wyatt's come. I mean, he had a spectacular entrance with his band playing his entrance music. He comes out and performs top-notch against John Cena, and this is why we've seen the feud prolong. It goes back to Bray Wyatt's performance at WrestleMania, and the night after the Wyatts won a 6-man tag team match with John Cena, Sheamus, and Big E Langston, with Bray Wyatt pinning Big E Langston in the conclusion of the match, and the eruption of the fans was absolutely incredible. Go back to that 6-man, and that will exemplify what I'm talking about. That's just one of many examples of how popular Bray Wyatt has become, and why I'm really looking forward to him having a prominent future in the WWE. I am not a Bray Wyatt fan. That is something I have to clarify here for this week's video blog on our YouTube channel, where we are streaming the show, and on Facebook and Twitter. Not a Bray Wyatt fan as much as I've been a John Cena fan. I really love the retro John Cena, the one that would come out and do the freestyle rapping, things like that, but I'm not so much a Bray Wyatt fan because of just how sacrilegious he can be sometimes in his beliefs of how he's the best. It's one thing to believe that you are the best, and it's a completely different thing to become the best and solidify your claim of being the best, and that's something that Bray Wyatt has yet to do. One victory in a cage match is a very impressive accomplishment, but you have to do something more than once to really solidify your legacy, and Bray Wyatt, in my opinion, still has a long way to go. But that doesn't change my prediction of Bray Wyatt coming out of this match as the winner. And I say that because out of these 2 superstars, out of everyone in the Wyatt family and John Cena, out of the 4 superstars of 5 that are involved in this feud, Bray Wyatt needs momentum more than someone like John Cena or the other members of the Wyatt family. A little bit of momentum for Eric Rowan and Luke Harper would be good for them to become future tag team champions. But Bray Wyatt is the one that WWE really need to push. The son of the IRS, Husky Harris, was repackaged, comes back. You couldn't have had a better gimmick for him to portray because he's so into it. And you really have to appreciate just how into character some wrestlers can be, because there are some wrestlers that will just immediately say, there's no way I'm portraying a character like that because I don't have enough faith in my ability. And there were just some wrestlers out there that say there's no way I'm doing it. I remember how frustrated a lot of Spirit Squad members were when they were given the gimmick of being male cheerleaders. A lot of Spirit Squad members like Mike Mondo and Kenny Dykstra almost immediately refused to do it. And I know that from speaking to Mike Mondo and Kenny Dykstra personally here on this radio show. Very against that. And you really have to appreciate the fact that we have Wyatt family members that are so into their gimmicks with the goats masks and everything. It may be seeming like they're taking it a little bit too far, but that's just an example of how far WWE will go. It may seem like it's an act of desperation, but it's an example of how far they will go to create a superstar of tomorrow. And like it or not, Bray Wyatt certainly is one of those superstars of tomorrow. And now that that's out of the way, I invite you to give me your opinion and feedback on our YouTube channel. You can leave it for us in the comments at Jonathan Clarke 22. Tweet it to us at Jonathan Clarke 1. Leave it for us on our Facebook wall at HEW Entertainment, or you can send us a message. And with that out of the way now, we have a big birthday celebration coming up on Blog Talk Radio, presented by the Wacko Weekly Radio Network on blogtalkradio.com. It happens at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on blogtalkradio.com. It'll offer you the opportunity to call in, get in on the conversation, and discuss my birthday with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you at my birthday celebration. The greatest party of all time is what we're calling this thing. We are going to be broadcasting it on the official website of HEW Entertainment, on Facebook at HEW Entertainment, on Twitter at Jonathan Clarke 1, on YouTube at Jonathan Clarke 22, and exclusively on the HEW Entertainment mobile app for mobile phones and devices. So if you haven't downloaded your copy of the app, make sure you do. On Saturday, there'll be a link on our app that will link you directly up to the Wacko Weekly Radio Network, hosted by Wacko Bob. He's going to be joining me for the 28th birthday celebration of Jonathan Clarke. We're calling it the greatest birthday of all time. We'll have an exclusive call-in line. You'll be able to call in, get in on the conversation, and help celebrate my birthday with me. And we're looking forward to seeing you all there at 4 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So thank you so much for making this birthday for me so special, and I look forward to celebrating it with all of you. And when we come back from this brief commercial break, I'll have something from Seether and Amy Lee. It's one of my favorite songs they released off the Punisher soundtrack in 2003-2004. It's called Broken, and I will have that for you when we come back.